So Steve Resch, my colleague, Deputy Chair of the Initiative in Comparative Effectiveness Research and Deputy Director of the Center for Health Decision Science, will offer some summative remarks.
So this is a little bit like after the president gives the State of the Union, and then that guy or woman comes on afterwards from, and no one knows who they are, and they have to say something, and it's like an eighth as good. So we have a little bit of that. It's not a perfect analogy because I don't intend to express an oppositional view, but rather just to have some summary remarks about the day. And when we started out, Dr. Weinstein and Dean Frank highlighted HSPH as having a very long history, being on the cutting edge of what we are very recently calling comparative effectiveness research, but which has gone by a lot of other names over the years. And today we had six great presentations from Harvard faculty showcasing that this tradition is still alive and well. In fact, the CER initiative, which brought you this event today, conducted a faculty survey and analyzed the sponsored programs of our research staff and found about 120 current funded research projects across 40 faculty members or researchers that are dealing with methods for or applications of comparative effectiveness. So you just saw, we highlighted a few today for you, but it's actually alive and well and going great guns at HSPH. We also sort of narrowed the focus today to applications of CER to public health. That is research evaluating population-level interventions to prevent disease and injury. The topics were wide-ranging from workplace health promotion, tax policies for sugar-sweetened beverages or removing subsidies for TV advertising to kids around food and beverages, changes to the built environment to prevent injury, nutrition and diet intervention, salt reduction in diets, scrubbers for coal-fired plants and other kinds of power plants, and screening to prevent cervical cancer. So we really did run the gamut of a lot of different kinds of public health. The methods used ranged from trials to a lot of systematic review going into this work, some causal inference from observational data, and quite a bit of simulation modeling. One of the nice things for me, and I'm coming from more of a decision science perspective, is that we had some nice examples of competing choice. Sort of prototypical decision science problems are the competing choice problem and the shopping spree problem. And the competing choice problem is a problem where you have to choose between several mutually exclusive options and you have to choose one. So what is the best way to screen a particular target population of women? What is the right frequency? What is the right diagnostic technology? That's kind of an example of a competing choice problem. And the other prototypical kind of decisions problem or comparative effectiveness problem is the resource allocation problem, the shopping spree problem. Not making a decision about something because there's not enough evidence is still a policy action. And so if we do just systematic reviews and we say all this evidence is, level 2B or low-level evidence, does that mean we should not do anything until we finally get, A+ evidence? Anyway, so those were just some of my thoughts about the day. I guess I'll conclude by saying I hope today has stimulated you to think about the importance of rigorous quantitative evaluation of public health interventions, including careful consideration of trade-offs, whatever those may be, whether we're talking about side effects or making sure we're considering all the unintended consequences, making sure we're considering costs, particularly estimation of value, consideration of the bang for the buck of these interventions. And because really what we're trying to do is to provide policymakers with more useful information on which to base their decisions. And we can leave today encouraged by Dr. Copeland's examples of some comparative effectiveness research being used in some of the greatest public health triumphs. So doing this work can lead to making a difference in policy. And I'd like to just thank again Dr. Copeland, our speakers, Dean Frank and Dr. Weinstein, as well as Christine Bell, Laura Dalton, Daniel Herrera, and Tuba Tunsell, who have handled all our logistics today, which I think did go very smoothly, so thank you for that. And thanks to you for coming and asking great questions.